We're live. Looks like audio's working. How's everyone doing tonight? We're going to be playing some Jarl tonight. I've been off of Jarl for a bit. Um, he hasn't really felt like what I was missing from Oldhim. I tried it out when like the hero first came out, and like things just weren't clicking. But I feel like he's put up some results recently, so I kind of made a list that looked similar to some of the ones that were doing well, and we're going to be playing that tonight. It is going to be a CYB deck, which I know not everyone's a huge fan of, but we'll see how it does. If I was going to be playing in an RTN this season, I think I would either take this or Verdance. Sadly, I'm playing in zero RTNs this season because I streamed two of them. We just streamed one on Sunday at Battle Brothers, and we streamed one the week before at Odd Willows. That one had like full commentary and everything. It was kind of like a mini battle hardened in terms of coverage, which was super fun. And then these next two weekends, the ones that are happening are on Sundays, and I'm going to be playing D&D on Sunday. So on both Sundays. So not able to play in any for this season. And more than likely, probably not gonna be playing in any next season either. I think next is probably gonna be ProQuest season, and I won't be playing in any then, hopefully, because I'm gonna try to do 4 event coverage live streams that season. I'd like to do one every weekend. And essentially, the plan is going to be to reach out to the stores in Madison and the Chicago area and see if they would want me to come down with my equipment and live stream their events. Depending on the setup of the store, maybe it'll be like a full coverage with commentators, or it'll be like the one at Battle Brothers where it's just a hot mic on the table where you can hear the players. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I have a lot of fun putting on the big streams, and I want to do more of it. So if all goes to plan, I probably won't be playing in many competitive REL events for the foreseeable future. I guess it would just be like battle hardens and any callings that I decide to go to. I do have some fun news for the channel. Maybe you already saw it on Twitter, or if you're part of our Discord, I posted them there. But we got some cool stuff made for the channel. It's not the sleeves. We've already had these for a little bit. I've given them out at some events, but it's what's in the sleeves, which is super cool. I'm going to pop over to my story time scene so that you guys can get a better look. So, um, I made these a while back digitally, and I finally actually got them produced. But we have second cycle tokens now. So this is our gold token, which I think looks so sweet. This thing looks amazing. It looks like gold, and it has our logo. So I'm all about this. I love the way this one came out. So we got a second cycle gold token. We also made a second cycle spectral shield. Pretty happy with how this one came out too. Looks very kind of reminds me of like Neon Dynasty from Magic, if you're familiar with that. Very like cyberpunky, techno-y. Very cool. And then the last one that we have is a second cycle rune chant token. So I know Vis is leaving, but Florian, Vincent, they're still able to use these. Super happy with how all 3 of these came out. So we finally have some second cycle merch officially, which is super cool. So just those 3 for right now. I think I have some ideas. I want to make the silver token will be super easy because it's basically just a recolor of the gold token. Um, I have an idea for a marked token that I want to make, and I have an idea for a frostbite and an embodiment of earth. So that'll be like seven that we have, and I feel like all of them are pretty playable, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I'm super happy with the way these came out. They're printed on like playing card stock, so like they feel, pretty good. They're not like flimsy. The back links to the YouTube channel. So yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe give some out when I go to larger events. I'm not gonna be at Nats this year, but I know that there's the Battle Hardened in Chicago that I'm gonna be going to, the team event. So like I'll probably bring some with me there. But I think the main way that I'm going to distribute these is to people that want to support the channel. So I started a Patreon, uh, and essentially the Patreon is there to help me put out these larger streams. So doing the full coverage streams where we have commentators, and even just the ones where I stream like a local RTN or a ProQuest, they take up a good amount of my time and resources. They're not cheap. I have kind of made it a point to make every one that I do a little bit better. I've tried to improve uh, every single one, and I feel like I've done a really good job. And like the quality of them, I think, is pretty good for someone that kind of just streams once a week. I think that they're above average quality, and I'm really happy with them. And I want to keep getting better. But like I said, I want to do more next season, and that just means it's going to take up more of my time and more of my resources. So I decided to start the Patreon for anyone that wants to kind of help put those on. And as a benefit for, if you decide to do that, I can send you one of these tokens. I don't really want the Patreon to be like a year-round thing. If people want to stay subscribed for the year, you're more than welcome to. In my head, like I only want people to be contributing during those seasons. So like we're in RTN season right now, so I'm going to talk about it right now. Even though I'm not doing any more, it's like I already did the two, so it kind of be like recouping losses. Um, hey, what's up, man? My name's Robert. Um, so I'll promote it again when like ProQuest season comes around, and then I'll promote it again. I think we get another ProQuest before RTN season. Um, and like, yeah, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't expect anyone to like stick around for the whole year. If you do, like, if you leave it on for the whole year, that just means that you're going to get, a bunch of tokens that you probably don't need duplicates of. So let me jump back here. This is kind of what it looks like. So if you just want to contribute, there's a $2 tier. Doesn't get you anything special. It's just you kind of chipping in if you want to. Every little bit would help. But then for the $5 tiers, you can kind of choose which token you want. So if you signed up for like the Spectral Shield tier, every month I would ship you a Spectral Shield token. You probably don't need that many, so that's why I expect like you can just sign up for it once and then cancel it. Um, and then you get your token. There's also the gold, the rune chant, and there's the token bundle. So instead for $7, I would send you all three. So if that's something that you're interested in, it is there. I don't plan to promote this outside of those competitive REL seasons because, again, this is kind of like what I wanted it for. Patreon used to have an option where you could choose when to charge people, but it looks like they took that option away and they're just moving to monthly memberships now. So it's there. The link is in the description of the stream. If you are interested in picking up one of these tokens, that will be how you get your hands on them. So I have no expectations for anyone to sign up for this. Again, I'm gonna keep doing these larger streams, um, pretty much as long as I can, because I enjoy doing it. It's something that I've really grown attached to. So yeah, I mean, if anyone is interested in supporting, again, there's no, not saying anyone needs to, but if you are interested, it is there. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump into the deck that we're going to be playing today. Uh, so this is my Jarl list, which again is kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge of like other lists that I've seen. We have the CYB package. You obviously have the CNCs, the Felons, the Oakenolds, your defensive cards. I think Spinal Crush is really good right now, especially with how popular a lot of these aggro decks have been. And then pretty like staple blue suite. We're not on the Redwood Hammer, which I've seen other people do. We're going to be on the Titan's Fist. I'm not a huge fan of the Redwood Hammer package. But we get the flexors, we get the rampart. Rampart really good with the count your blessings. And then in the sideboard, just some good anti-aggro options as well as some D-reacts. So again, against the aggro decks that don't really want to block you, like Frostfang seems pretty good. And then you get the blizzards, and I really like the Olin Ice Cap with Stalagmite and the gauntlets. So against a deck like Syndra, just being able to pop them with one or two frostbites on a specific turn could be pretty good. Um, Only one AB. We don't respect wizards. If we pair into a wizard, we probably just die. Especially with the um, like the Verdance lists. Like we just lose to that. We lose to Kano. We probably lose to Cilio. That's just what Guardians do. It's not worth like siding in three Oasis for spites, AB3. Like it takes up so much slots. So we just give up those matchups. What's your LGS? I'm in Wisconsin. Just curious, heard you mention Madison earlier. My LGS is Battle Brothers Miniature Wargaming in Milwaukee. I live in Milwaukee. Um, some of the people on the team live in Madison, so we kind of like go both ways. And I also do event coverage for Odd Willow's Game Haven in Mukwonago. We did a full event coverage with commentary for them like 2 weeks ago. Which if you haven't watched, definitely go check it out because it is super cool. It was a super fun day. We played some games in between rounds, and I was really happy with how those turned out. But yeah, this is the list. Link is in the description if you are interested in checking it out. And we can just go ahead and jump into a game here. How is everyone's RTN season going? Anyone bring home any gold foils? Or did anyone qualify for Nats? Yep, I'm in Milwaukee. Lots of beer, lots of cheese. Oh, we got a Zen. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of people on Zen. I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go first. They have a lot of blues, so I'm not sure if the frostbites are gonna matter. But I think the frost fangs are pretty good. I don't actually know what I would side out. Sink below, maybe? Don't love that. That's always the most awkward part about a deck like this, where it feels like a lot of your slots are kind of just like locked in automatically. Maybe we side out the CYBs, run a clean 60, and let's actually try bringing these in. Sweet, we have an LGS near me in Eau Claire. I went to two in the Twin Cities, but no luck. Dang. What's the one in Eau Claire? I think I might have been to that one. Um, Crumble is interesting. This could be a good setup. Let's go Crumble. Was hoping Vis would LL before the weekend, so it's going to be about 6 to 8 Vis. That sounds awful. Let's put the Winter's Bite in the arsenal. Ooh, that was actually probably wrong. We probably wanted to arsenal the Frozen to death. That way, if we needed to, we could play Frozen and fuse with the Winter's Bite. Coming in for two, we're going to say no blocks here. Didn't play any RTNs yet, though I'll do two in a row this weekend. That sounds crazy. Um, Thinking of going KO because it's the strongest brute. Yeah, I mean, I don't think KO is like far off right now. He's definitely, it's an uphill battle for sure. But I think you can pull it off. I think the meta has to be right for it. All right, we're going to give our next attack Dominate. I think we're going to take a card from them with the Winter's Bite, swing the Titan's Fist, arsenal the Spinal Crush. All right, we attack for four here. We pitched a Harmony of the Hunt. All right, looks like they just took four. We do have the Oakenald Fuse, but we don't have the blue. Harmony comes in for three. If you've pitched a blue card, create a Crouching Tiger in your hand. We can get our first Decompose off here with the Root Bound. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll go Earth, Earth, Ice. So now our Fellings are going to be turned on, assuming we get the appropriate Decompose cards in the yard. We're going to take two here. We know there's a Crouching Tiger coming after this. I think I'm going to use the ability here. It's unlikely that we're going to get the four value out of this, given like their hand. So getting the three out of it seems okay. Okay, they only give us two. I like Tunic, Spinal. Oh, yeah, I once managed to pull off a 20 plus people armory win with him. That's pretty cool. Might just skip my RTN and get a tat. Nice. What are you gonna get? I really want to get a Rampart of the Ram's Head tattoo. I think that would be super sweet. All right, we got two cards from him. That's pretty good. Biting for one. If it hits, create a Crouching Tiger. I'm okay with that. Rising Setting from Arsenal. Activating Zen, one floating. So Crouching Tiger in hand, Crouching Tiger in banish. If they get a Chase the Tail, we're definitely blocking with Stalagmite. I got 100 wins. We know that they have They still have a Crouching Tiger in hand. Biting Breeze made one in Banish. Zen. Good Crouching Tiger in your hand. Okay, so this is the one from hand then. So we don't know what's in their hand. This is for 0. 100 wins for 3. We'll block it. Do we have 2 Earth? We do. Okay, they're ending. We're gonna send this Felling for 8. And take a card from them too. Either getting a Cthulhu half sleeve or the Mask of Deceit. Mask of Deceit would be super cool. Growl for 3. Next Crouching Tiger, this combat chain gets +1. This seems like it could be a good time to block with Stalagmite. Gonna try it. So it's coming in for 2. I think we're just gonna take this. They're gonna pass. Okay, I think we're gonna Frozen to Death here. We play it, we pitch these 2, we fuse with the channel, and then we arsenal the channel. This takes away their Traverse. If we find another Crumble, I think we're going to target the Kasayo. So Growl paying 1. I kind of want to Frostbite them again. They pitched a red to Growl. I think I'm going to. Yeah, the fact that they pitched a red and they have to pitch another red. Nice. That was pretty good for us. So our turn, we can play out channel, pitching channel, Titan's Fist pitching Visage, Arsenal the Sink Below. So we have 1 card to block with. It's going to be this one. Take 1. Playing the channel is going to give them a Frostbite, which feels pretty good. And then we'll attack them for 4. I got a friend that tatted a rune chant. I feel like a rune chant would be a pretty cool tattoo. Boyfriend was thinking of getting Lexi. Character would be interesting for sure. He has Liliana and Chandra and wanted to close the forearm. Yeah, I don't think I could get old him on me. Like, I feel like that's not really my style. But I feel like a Rampart would be really cool. So if they want to play that Sink Blow, they're gonna have to pay 2 extra. 1 from the Frostbite, 1 from the channel. So they pitch a blue for it. We're going to arsenal this sink below. We didn't find the ice card to keep the channel around. Do we want to hunt for it? We could try to like chain sink belows to try to find a second ice card. I think I'm down to use one of the two, and we can put a root bound on the bottom. Didn't find it. They're just passing back. That's unfortunate. You can play the Frostfang pitching Terrace under. Do I want to intellect penalty myself? Could Arsenal Sotomara keep sink below in hand? I don't think so. I think we're gonna pitch this to the gauntlets, give them a quick psych out that we're gonna mangle them, and then just frostbang them. So they get another frostbite, and then if this hits, they're gonna have to either pay or discard. Letting it hit, I feel like they're probably gonna pay. So we get to tax them twice, one with the frostbite, one with the frostbang on hit. Found another crumble, so we can hit the Kasaya there. E-Strike, choosing buff power. We can go rootbound, sink below, and then spinal on our turn. I like that because it gets the second Earth card in the graveyard for when you find the next Felling or Plow Under. All right, send a spinal. This should take two cards. Gonna refresh, make sure that game didn't lag. So this is still gonna deal. Okay, so we're gonna undo. Probably gonna give the pouncing pause too. I'm okay with taking the Shuko though. Yeah, if he does 3 block and then Shuko pause, that'll cover 6. Instead, just gonna give me 2 cards, which again I'm also okay with. We're doing a pretty good job of whittling him down while keeping our life total pretty high. We found the Oakenold fuse again, but we don't have the blue. We're gonna take the 1. Grains goes to 2. That's fine. So he has Chi. He'll have Chi, Crouching Tiger, and Banish. He's gonna pitch the Chi to Zen. Instead, playing the Crouching Tiger. That's also fine. This Crouching Tiger is for 0. However, we can give him the Olin Ice Cap and the Gauntlets and blank the Mauling Key. Is that worth it? I think it could be. It makes his turn pretty bad. We're definitely sending the Frostfang. I think we're going to arsenal the. We're going to overpitch the Frostfang. I guess the question is, do we want a Sync Blow in Arsenal or an Oakenold? Currently, he can block 5 with a 3 block. That would be 6, 7, 8. If he wouldn't be able to Zen State and block. So Oakenold should connect 4-1 if we can fire it off. So I think we're going to overpitch using the Sync Blow. All right, we get 2 cards from him. And we find our fuse. This had to be a defense reaction. I think we're gonna need to use our flexors here. So we're gonna float the resource. We're gonna block 4, and then we're gonna activate the quick dodge. This does not count as playing a defense reaction. We are activating a defense reaction, so we can still get around the command and conquer. All right, so this comes in for 9. This should connect for 1 if he tries to block it out completely. Unless there's like a Sync Below in Arsenal, then I think he should be able to block it out. So hopefully that is not the case. I think we have seen Sync Below from him. So far, the way that this has played out, I think it was correct to side out the CYBs. It can be a little rough playing into Zen with no blocks in the deck. Okay. It's going to preserve tradition us, targeting our command and conquer. And then homage. He takes 6, gets rid of 2 cards. And then we're going to put the shelter in Arsenal. So this is for 0, and then Tiger Swipe afterwards. I think Plow Under is probably the right call. So we should use our shelter. I'm okay with him getting a crouching tiger. He could have attacked with that. That would have come in for one from the Shuko. So I can play the channel, give him a frostbite, and then play the plow under pitching the crumble to keep the channel around. Not that like it really does a lot in the matchup. But then I'd have to arsenal an Autumn's Touch. If I play the channel, plow under, pitching this, I get to put a crumble in arsenal, but then the channel doesn't stick around. I think it's like both of these are pretty bad arsenals. I think crumble is slightly better. Like I don't think this is something that I ever want to really be playing. So I think we're just going to use this channel as a frostbite and then pitch like this. So just continuing to pressure his life total, getting two more cards. This is a Oaken Old Hand. The pulse will get us both fuses, so we only need to keep one of these. We'll block here. Sink below from hand, taking 5. Right, passing back. We're going to take a card and give him a frostbite. Hey, Cusco, what's going on? I think we're going to gain 2 life and then just send a CNC. He gives me the whole hand. So whatever's in his arsenal, he likes. Passing back. This hand's pretty awkward. The best that it does is swing Titan's Fist. Headed home from work and listening to some of the music you guys recommended. Nice. Check out, if you haven't already, listen to Bad Rabbits. They are amazing. Because all this hand does is swing 4, I think we're going to take it as a setup turn and put a counter on his 12 petal. And then arsenal the Frozen to Death. And then I think we just arsenal a Seeds of Tomorrow, and then we keep one in hand to clear the one that we arsenal. That one's pretty good. Hundred wins. So this felling, I think, is going to have Dominate. Yeah, your next attack gains Dominate. We're going to activate Seeds because we want to get that out of our arsenal. Still have 2 damage prevention floating, which will cover the staff here. Break the Pouncing Paws. Crouching Tiger for 1. I'm cool with taking the 1 here. Tiger Swipe. 2 cards in hand. I mean, he gets... He'd get 1. That's fine, right? It's not damage dealt, right? That's Mull, where X is the number of crouching tigers you control. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna take 5. These are passing? Yeah, there's no way that's correct. This is for 0. Chase the tail. Chase the tail with no tiger to follow it up. I feel like we should have arsenaled the chase the tail. Right, dominated felling for 8. We take a card from him. If he doesn't block this, he goes to 3. But he does block and goes to 6. We're still at 20, feeling pretty good. Tear Asunder. Tear Asunder gets blocked pretty easily. Hammer for 5 buys a card and like the Shuko. I think we're just going to take a card, give him Frostbite. Swing 4, pitching the Tear Asunder, and then Arsenal the So Tomorrow. Got 25 people watching right now. That's definitely much more than when I started streaming earlier. So I'm going to do the announcement that we did earlier again, just to get it into the eyes of more people after this game. Levels. Do you have the chi to go with this levels? Just going to refresh, make sure it's not on us. He does have the chi. Found a mauling key. This should be a pretty good turn for him. Who died? What do you mean who died? We'll block 3. All I should need are 2 cards here, because Tunic will... Ooh, unless I want to play the Channel. I think I want to keep the rest of my hand. So I think we're gonna try to no block a lot of the rest of this. Another levels is pretty good. Oh, not that kind of announcement. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. So 5, 1 from the Crouching Tiger, 6 from the Mauling Key. We're not necessarily dead though. Yeah, we're gonna go to 4. I feel like our hand is pretty strong. He activates Kasaya for Zen state, so prevent 1 damage. We are going to, I think we keep the Sotomaro in Arsenal. If we keep the Sotomaro in Arsenal, then Tunic Blue pays for Channel Frostfang. Yeah, I think we don't play it right now. So this will give him 2 Frostbites and threaten 4 damage through the Zen state. Yep, so the 1 damage that would come through is going to get prevented by the Zen state. We did get a card and an equipment piece from him, though. And his Kakara costs 5, because we had 2 Frostbites. That feels pretty good. Felling looking pretty good here. I think we block with the Oakenold. And then we block with the Shelter. And then we're going to play Sotomaro, getting back a Felling. Draw a card. And then Felling. So this is a virtual 7 damage through the Zen state. He's at 2. He could give me 2 cards, 2 3 blocks. Take 1 down to 1. But then he's left with 1 card in hand. He can't afford to just give me 1 card. He has to, at minimum, give me 2. Okay, so he's just going to block it out. And now that he has no armor and no cards in Arsenal, we are going to tear asunder this Titan's Fist. All right, good games to the opponent. Good game. Jarl feeling pretty good into Zen. Big fan of that. We are going to pop over to story time really quick just so that I can redo my announcement since there's more people in here. And then we'll keep on going with the gameplay. So we had some cool stuff that came in for the channel. Something that I worked on a while ago, but we actually finally got them in physically. We have second cycle tokens. So I made a spectral shield token. I made a gold token. This is probably my favorite. I think it came out the best. And then we also have a rune chant token, all with our logo. Every single one of them has a link to the stream on the back as well. But if you guys have one of these, I mean, you probably already know about the channel, but I think they're super cool. I think they came out great. I already have like 4 more that I want to make. A frostbite embodiment of Earth, a marked token, and a silver token. Already have ideas floating around. As far as how I want to get these to people, I started a Patreon, which is linked in the description of the stream. I don't really want to push the Patreon very much. Like, I don't want it to be like a monthly commitment type of thing. I think I'm only really going to promote it whenever we have a competitive REL season come around. So, like ProQuests and Road to Nationals. Because anything that comes in from the Patreon would essentially just help me cover putting on those larger streams, which people seem to like. And I like doing them. I think they're super fun. So if you are interested in getting a second cycle token, check out the Patreon. It's $5 if you feel like contributing, and then I will send you a token of the tier that you selected. So like there's a gold token tier, a rune chant tier, and a spectral shield tier. But if you don't want the token but still want to, contribute to the channel in some way, I think there's a $2 tier as well. Just kind of like, a little something. again, anything that I get is basically going to go to those larger streams that I put on. They take a lot of effort, they take a lot of time on my end, and I've been working really hard to get better at every single one that I do. And I think that they are, I think that they're like at an impressive quality right now. But I want to keep getting better. And the more that I do and the more that I get better, the more expensive it's going to be. No one has to join the Patreon, but it will just help offset the costs. Even if nobody joins the Patreon, I'm still going to keep doing it just because it's what I like doing. So it's there if you feel like contributing. Again, I'll probably bring it up again next week, and then I probably won't bring it up again until like ProQuest season. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump back into some games here. Let's see. We'll see we can queue into next. Jarl feeling pretty good. We didn't really get to do any of the CYB funness. We got a Fang. That should be interesting. I don't want them to go first because they're gonna set up some fealties. This is probably a Stalagmite Olin Ice Cap matchup. A lot of their stuff is going to be at reaction speed, I would think, and these will happen before we get to the reaction window. The shelters seem good. The blizzards seem good. The spinals definitely seem good. I think we're gonna try message. Good luck, have fun. We're gonna try it at 63 just because I don't really know what to cut right now. Please show you how to beat Fang with Jarl. I have never played this matchup before, so we're gonna find out how it is. We can't find a channel and have it stick around. So we're just going to pay 6, get a crumble, and put a counter on his Flame Scale or Brave Forge. We're going to put it on the Brave Forge. Oath of Loyalty coming in for 4. Block with an Autumn's Touch. Blaze Headlong for 4. Block with a Plowender. And then a For the Jakai. We just blocked with 2 Earth cards. We have an action in the yard. So we can send this first felling for 4. At least it will take a card. I think I am okay with that. I mean, it's not great, but like the rest of our hand kind of wasn't amazing anyways. So we'll just go ahead and rip that here. 4 dominate, by the way, because of the crumble. Oh, look at that. Matt Gideon subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. We are actually, I'm gonna double check. We were at like really close to 800 last I checked. I'm gonna refresh, make sure that he's not waiting on us. Got a lot of subscribers from the weekend streams. Yeah, we're sitting at 793 right now. So if anyone's watching right now and is not subscribed, if you would like to subscribe and help me get to 800, that would be awesome. We're crawling ever closer to 1,000, which would be amazing. Twist and turn, so +4, and then you can attack an additional time. We can give the gauntlets and the sink below. And then if he tries to buff it, we have the rootbound and arsenal. So he is going to try to buff it. And take it to 8. We are going to be able to cover 9. Yeah, it kind of sucks that we wouldn't have been able to decompose, so we kind of had to block with the gauntlets there. We're going to send the spinal. I'm going to do a quick refresh, make sure that we're not waiting on us. It's going to take 7. No, he has a D-react. So only taking 3, so no crush effect. Coming in for 1. We have the decompose. So if we kept plow under blue, count your blessings, we would be able to decompose the plow under tunic, count your blessings. So our shelter is our blocking card. If we want to not get hit to give them the fealty, we probably need to commit a piece of armor. Stalagmite would potentially mess with his reactions. I think I think we right now we have to be okay with giving him a fealty. Next draconic attack gets +1. Or sorry, +3. We'll take the 2. Shelter covers this pretty cleanly. Hoping that they arsenal their last card, that way we can plow it away. Instead, he's going to make a fealty. So now our plow under is pretty bad. And a Titan's Fist attack is actually pretty terrible as well, because it would only be for 3. Kind of ruined our turn. Do we still decompose just to send a 6 attack at him? I think we have to. Doesn't feel good though. I think this maybe is another match that we should have taken out the CYBs. We should have taken out the CYBs. We would be down to 54 cards. We put in the 3 shelters to go up to 57. We probably want the 2 staunches. Brings us up to 59. And then I guess we can bring in like a Frostfang. Or we cut 1 less so tomorrow. And then the blizzards bring us up to 60. This hand is awful. This is a blocking hand. Hello from the bowling alley. How's it going, James? This seems like a decent time to use the stalagmite. Stalagmite? Hmm. If we do, he's probably just going to arsenal, right? Block, block. Go block, block. And then we just have to arsenal CYB, IP1, and pass. Ugh, this seems awful. I think we're gonna take 7. I don't like it, but I'm pretty sure he's just gonna arsenal here. So this lets us attack with the CNC and then arsenal the count your blessings. Yeah, this matchup seems a little tricky. I think that siding out the count your blessings would have been correct here. Having these no blocks just doesn't feel good. We get 3 blocks from him. What is he protecting? For the Drakai, the Rootbound can cover that. So we'll take a card from him. Oh, this is another Titan's Fist for 3. It's so bad. Yeah, we'll just Titan's Fist and then Play out the count your blessings for 4 life. Protecting the sink below? What did he give up for that? It's a Searing Gaze, a Pursue, and a Rabble? Is that really better? And then what? He played a For the Drakai? Wouldn't it have been better to block with the For the Drakai and attack me with. Oh, but then he loses the fealty, I guess. This hand looks like it doesn't want to block, unfortunately. So this is just two go again. We're gonna play the CNC pitching the blue and then Tunic to CYB, Arsenal CYB. This seems like a good stalagmite spot, hopefully. Okay, so he's just passing. I think he missed his Arsenal. Playing a Pursue. Okay. This hits a hero, mark them. I can block with the gauntlets to cover this. Gauntlets CNC. Our turn could be play count your blessings, arsenal count your blessings. CNC is not really going to pressure anything if we attack with it. Yeah, we'll just gain our 5 life and then move to arsenal. So currently up on deck size, and right now we're up on life, but that may not stay that way. With Tunic, we can use Count Your Blessings Tunic to play the Oakenold. We have the double fuse. And then we can use the Crumble to play the Count Your Blessings afterwards. Next dagger gets +3, and when this hits a hero, mark them. Ooh, he pitched a red for this. Does he have reactions? If I give him double Frostbite, hmm. Use our last 2 pieces of Frostbite equipment here? Probably not. We're gonna say no blocks. It seems like it could be a good spot to use these. Oh, he's just passing. Okay, so using them actually would have been terrible, because he was just going to pass anyways. But we are going to Tunic, Oakenold for 9. We'll play out the CYB, pitching the Crumble, Arsenal the Command and Conquer. It's like he's passing. He has a smoke out in Arsenal, taking 6. Okay. CYB will gain us 6. Found the next CYB. This is for 2. I feel like he's just going to pass afterwards and Arsenal this card. If that's the case, we can block. Hmm. We're marked right now. He's only at 1 fealty. Oh, it's coming in for 4 too. I think we're gonna take it. So I think I like sending the CNC, pitching the Frozen to death, and then playing the CYB, pitching the Spinal Crush, Arsenal Oakenold. This might just buy a crown block here, but getting rid of more armor is good, and that will finally open up an armor slot if he does. Interesting. Just taking it. Got a tenacity. Got the Oakenold fuse. So we need a blue to pitch. We need the ice. We need the earth. This is coming in for 1. Is this when we give double frostbite? If you wanted to attack with a second dagger, it would cost a whole second card for pitch. I think this is when we give double frostbite. So clearing the first one in between the triggers, getting a fealty. So now the next fire vein is going to be free. But he's still going to have to pay 1. Yep. We're going to say no blocks. It's going to long whisker it. So 2 modes. We'll probably do mark and attack again. Buff and attack again. Okay. Yep, we're still going to take it. And then this should be another 1, which we'll take. Okay. So what we can do on our turn is take a card from him, pitch this to play the Oakenold, double fuse, gain 2 life, and then Arsenal the Winter's Bite. Oakenold. We still have one more in the deck. It's taking all 9. It's a lot of damage to take. He's at 12 right now. Gainer 2. He attacks with Fire Vein. Hmm. Hmm. We're gonna say no blocks. Hunt to the ends of Wraith to buff it to 4. Annoying. Definitely annoying. We will take it. Fire Vein comes in for 1. We'll take the 1. We're going to take this turn to Frozen to Death. We're probably going to buy the Brave Forge Bracers. But I think first we take a card from him. Because we're taking a turn off, getting a card out of his hand seems useful. And then we will Frozen Death. And then we're going to put the Blizzard in the arsenal. Be nice if we could find a channel. I feel like we haven't really had a chance to set one up yet. Oath of Loyalty. If we Blizzard this, he shouldn't be able to get go again. Okay, so no go again on the Oath. We'll just block for 3, and then we're going to plow under him. Another Frozen to Death could be cool here, opening up 2 armor slots. I really like the fun little game that Jarl gets to play, where he like tries to crack open the opponent's armor to enable the frostbites. I feel like there was a lot of good spots this game where like your opponent could use armor, but they don't want to. Like they're disincentivized to do so. There's a channel. Savor Bloodshed. Next time you hit a marked hero, draw a card. So we can go channel, Titan's Fist pitching, Tear Asunder. So Rootbound is our blocking card. Hey Riku, how's it going? Hmm. Maybe I just block this for 6. He's gonna react. We can Rootbound. And then our turn is just swing hammer for 4. Yeah, I think trying to keep 2 cards to play out a channel is a little greedy here. He's gonna mark me, takes it up to 6, and then he's gonna scar tissue. We will root bound. And we are gonna decompose because if he has another +3, we can tunic quick dodge to cover it. Hmm. Long whisker. Yeah, I was thinking about putting the tunic there, but tunic quick dodge wouldn't have even covered this, so he chose buff and additional attack, so he's gonna draw a card. I'm gonna attack again. I'm gonna continue to not block this. All right, Titan's Fist for 4. Got a Savor Bloodshed out of that block. Pretty happy with that. That's a really strong card. Felling here is going to be nice. 2D reacts, not bad. We'll sink below this one. CYB Jarl. It's not cancerous. This is fun. A nice defensive guardian. Just like James White intended. Pledge fealty. He's drowning in fealty right now. For 2. I think we're just going to take 2. I don't know what you're talking about, Wyatt. There's never been a defensive guardian before. They're all like super aggro, like dominate attack. I was hoping for something to use the shelter on. Probably should have used the ability on it. But there wasn't really any way for me to know that he was going to have an extender. So I guess it's more hindsight. Ooh, do we have an Earth card? One. Ugh, we're short an Earth card. Dang. Still for 8. Yeah, no decompose. That's unfortunate. We do get to keep the shelter in hand. So one card is not enough. He's going to have to give me at least a piece of armor with it, or another card from hand. 2/3 blocks. And the Dragon Scalers. So keeping a 2-card hand. Now we have 2 Earth cards, so this felling should be good. We're going to take our 4 block where we can. Need to update your Vinset list. 3 rainbow foil calls. Nice. Yeah, I think Vinset's super sweet. She's been getting like better little by little. Call is very strong. I think we're gonna give him a block here because he's probably gonna react to this. And he does. We still have one more CYB in the deck too. So another 7 life that we can gain. I do believe this is going to be our last felling, though. Yeah. And then all the plow enders are gone as well. CNCs are all gone. Still have 2 spinals. Tenacity for 4. That's pretty good. We'll take it. Brock, I think this is definitely hitting LL this weekend. I mean, I could be wrong, but like the deck seems very strong. I think it won the most Artians this last weekend too. So like it's probably just going to keep winning more. All right, take a card. He gives me 1 card. He's still taking 5, so he needs to give me 1 card and something else. Can't be Flame Scale. It could be Crown, but he's choosing to give me 2 cards here. So 2 coming through currently. He goes to 2. Fire Vein for 1. We are going to pass. We're going to use the Sink Below here. Ooh, is it just... Okay. Yeah, Cusco. There's always a small chance that it doesn't, but if the trend continues, it should. What are we doing? Oh, he didn't attack with the other Fire Vein. All right, we're going to try to win the game here. So he has 2, 3 block in armor, 3 block from hand, so 6. We're going to dominate this Oaken Old for 8. So this should be enough, unless he has like a Sink Below. He lives at 1, and then he would get to keep 1 card in hand. So currently, this is just enough to kill him. He says, good game. Good game to the opponent. All right. 2-0. 2-0 on Jarl, and we actually played the CYBs that time. I know I said that I probably should have sided them out. What happened to my 2? But I think they actually bought us a lot of breathing room that game. So maybe that's not correct. Maybe we are supposed to play them. No blocks do feel bad though. Let's see. Been preaching the Vin gospel since she came out, though Rosetta was definitely needed. She was very underpowered, but Rosetta gave her a lot of tools. And then Call is just really good. Surprised Dash has been sitting 60 points short and just hasn't done anything. Yeah, I agree with Cusco. Like she she was always a good like sleeper aggro deck for a while, but now the other aggro decks are just like way better. So I wouldn't be surprised if she sticks around until like the next ProQuest season, um, just because like there's better things to do, and it's gonna be one of those things where like she gets a couple points at a time until she leaves. Unless there's like some busted mech set or mech expansion slot card that kind of pushes her back to the same power level. Um, okay, let's jump back into a game. I'm not going to do the full announcement again because I feel like most of you guys have been here, but we got tokens. We made tokens. Second cycle tokens. We got a rune chant. We got a gold. Gold's my favorite. Super cool. And we have a spectral shield. If you're interested in getting your hands on these, I did a pretty lengthy explanation at the start of the stream. You can go back and watch that. Essentially, we started a Patreon. The link is in the description of this stream. But I recommend listening to my explanation because I don't want you to just think I'm trying to like shill for you guys. Um, it goes to support the big streams that we're doing. So if that's something that you're interested in picking up, if you want a second cycle token, or if you just want to support the bigger streams that I do, that's a way for you to support that. If you didn't watch them, I did 2 live streams of our local RTNs these past 2 weekends. Definitely go back and watch them. I'm pretty proud of the production quality that I put into them. I think they came out really good. The first of the 2 that we did had like full on commentary, and we played games in between the rounds, and it was super fun. That one is definitely worth going back to watch. Oh, this is going to be awful. And then the other one was just we had like a hot mic on the table and you could hear the players. That one was also pretty fun. This is going to go terribly. I'm pretty sure this is going to be close to an auto loss matchup. We can bring in the D-Reacts and the Frost Fang. We probably take out the CYBs. Um, and run it like this. Want this matchup or I can leave. I don't mind playing into it. Second cycle Spellbane Aegis. I feel like the 5 Bolton players in the world would be the only ones that use it. We'll give the 2 3 blocks here, and he passes. Let's activate, attack. Get a passing mirage. Coming in for 6. We'll give 2 3 blocks here. He ends on a passing mirage. Joke's on them, we don't have poppers anyways. Send another CNC. Arsenal to sink below. Hi, Mazee, how's it going? Took a Celestial Reprimand. That's pretty good for us. He's going to land a Genesis. Why is it a bad matchup? Can't deal with the Angel or something? Yes, it is terrible. This deck, our list here runs 3, 6, 9 poppers. So we're really bad at popping their Angels. We also don't go wide, like maybe like an Ira or Syndra or Aurora can. And we basically have to take the whole turn off if we want to clear any of these. So if we look at these Spectra cards, right, like the Passing Mirages, the Pierce Realities, and the Genesis, um, it's going to eat your action point. So if I'm Syndra, I can attack your face, attack your face, attack your face. And then at the very end of the chain link, if I have like a resource floating, I can send my kunai into the spectral shield. But the whole time that I was doing that, I'm still pressuring my opponent. As a guardian, we basically get like one action point a turn, right? Like maybe we play a Terra Sunder before something, but we have to commit our whole turn to clearing any single one of these. Oh, that's not what we wanted. I'll play this one, pitching like this. And then even if we like over sideboard and bring in the usual aggro guardian cards, like Zealous Belting, like Outmuscle, Pummel, even if we got cute with it and brought in like Scar for a Scar, stuff like that. Usually, Rouse the Ancients is another one. Usually, it ends up just being one attack that's for anywhere between like 5 to 7 damage that we can point at the opponent, and then just a second attack that can clear a Spectra. And we have a very limited number of those in our deck that we are allowed to run. And if you run too many, your deck starts getting very diluted. So for the most part, it's just not worth bringing in that amount of sideboard tech for a matchup like this. Oldhim, Oldhim used to be decent into Dromai, but these new Guardians just aren't. I was really hoping to find something better there. Is that correct? I'm gonna see if they're okay with me going back. I should use I should crown the shelter, and then I can use the sink below for an additional filter. I know I already saw the card, but this is definitely the more correct play. Because if I fail to find something worth playing off of the crown, the shelter gives me the second look. We're gonna pass. So we're gonna put that away. We know we're gonna draw something not good. The sink below gives us a second chance. Enigma is also pretty bad. Enigma blocks very well, so they can just play. God, it's not what we needed here. They can just play this game of like protect the ward. They again, we only attack like once a turn, so they can just block out whatever we're sending at them, and then they're gonna land a Miragi. And once they land the Miragi, they're really good at stopping our attacks that are trying to pop it. And then they go Tunic, attack you for 8. And then they draw back up. And then you send an attack to try to pop it. They block it out. And even if it takes them 3 more turns to get that Tunic counter, eventually it's going to be block it out, attack for 8. So illusionists in general are just not a good matchup for Guardian. Um, it's kind of been like that like since the first illusionist came out. I guess, yeah, since the first Illusionist came out, Prism, that matchup was awful. Um, I think we have to pop the Bologna here. Yeah, the only one that was again kind of favored was Dromai into Oldhim. That was a very close matchup. I know a lot of Dromais felt that it was Dromai favored. I know a lot of Oldhams felt that it was Oldham favored. I lean to it being Oldham favored. It was on the Dromai to essentially win or lose the game. But both players kind of had to play perfectly. New Prism is mighty good right now, but it's so yes, it is very complicated. We're gonna seeds this. Get out of here. Titan's Fist for 4. Methinks second cycle needs an inertia token. Methinks that Wyatt just wants me to make the tokens that he uses on a regular basis. We have the Oakenold. Another erudition for 7. Jeez. Ooh. We're gonna quick dodge it, and then we're gonna sync blow it to go to 7. If he has another, what's the card? Angelic Wrath +2. Do we give these? I think we do. Okay, we're gonna block 3. Um, Float the resource. Sink below. And then if he does have the +2 on the blue card, we can quick dodge. Oh, he has +3. Oh, that sucks. Second cycle purple rune chant and eloquence token. We have a rune chant, man. I just made these. Channel colors. So this is gonna hit for 1. That's unfortunate. I think we need to hold onto our cards because I think we need this Okadol to go off. Ooh, looks like Brock subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Where are we at now? We're so close to 800. We're at 794. If you guys are not subscribed right now, help me get to 800. That would be really cool if we could hit that by the end of the night. Oh, God, these things being ward too. Because this Oakenold, like, it's going to be so hard to connect. We're going to do it, but like, yeah, YouTube's been really weird with like the timing of them coming through. When the stream that I first like announced that I had the pop-up, someone said that they just clicked it, and then I think it didn't show up until like 40 minutes later. So he should have 2 ward on the battlefield now, which is going to be 8, and then he shrunk our attack. So his 2 wards should cover this if he doesn't want to block. But he's going to give us a card. He has Spectral Shield, so he keeps the Soraya on board. It's just all going downhill. Like, it looks like we're favored right now because it's 33-10, but his board is insane, and he's drawing 2 cards. It's just all bad news. I appreciate my opponent offering to leave the match, but you kind of have to know like how these are going to go. I think it's fine to showcase. I think we just, yeah, I mean, I think we just take the 8. Have a good night, Heimazi. Thanks for stopping by. We still just take the 8. Yeah, that's also a good point. The Niner, Niner Deald. Um, yeah, you basically have to like choose, cleaning up, picking up their toys, or pressuring life total, and you can never do both. So they took 4, so they don't get go again. So even if this erudition hits, they don't have go again. So do I just send another Spinal Crush? Don't ask what a summer frostbite is. That's just a puddle. We're gonna take it. They flipped Avalon. So they have 6 ward on board right now. They let the Soraya die to the Spinal Crush. Yeah, it warded the last Spinal Crush. I think it was a Soraya and a Spectral Shield, and they took the Crush. But now this Arclight is here, and we're gonna be real sad. Avalon for 4. They're probably gonna put Erudition on top right now. They're putting Arclight on top. Nice. Yeah, and I basically haven't been able to clear this Genesis either, so like the value that it's generating every turn is kind of insane. Should be for 7. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do, Wyatt? That's on me. I guess I just don't know the matchup very well. Yeah, I guess Starvo is like one Guardian that was really good at doing both. Um, the first attack being huge and dominated, and then the hammer cleaning up the Spectra. Erudition comes in. We're just gonna take it. I mean, does he have the arcane one yet? Another Spectra or another Arclight. Good game, opponent. All right, we'll take our loss. Prism is a hero that exists. Fun story. When we were in Chicago for the calling for the LL event, um, I was 5-2 on day one. I lost to a Zen, and I lost to Cody Williams on Chain. And then everything else is the same guy. Oh, it's not the same guy. Okay. This one I am gonna leave. We don't really need to see it again. So I was 5-2 after day one, and everything else I was doing really well into. I don't think I played one Starvo in day one. That was the deck that I was like really hunting. I was playing Oldham, CYB Oldham, and I was like really, really well teched to beat Starvos. I was fatiguing them. I was testing a lot. We played on stream for like a few of the days, and like I was, oh, go away, dude. I was fatiguing Starvos like crazy. Day two, my first match was a Starvo, and I fatigued them. And then I immediately get paired into William Bradshaw on Prism. And that matchup is just straight unwinnable. So I conceded to him. We didn't even play. I was like, just show me your hero card. Like, cool, you got the win. Bye. Oh my God, an Enigma. Let me play normal Flesh and Blood. Um, seriously, like this is brutal. And then I don't remember what I played. Sorry, I'm gonna leave that too. I don't remember what I played after the William Bradshaw match, but I think what did I end? One. I think I played something normal and I won. And then my last two rounds of the day, I got paired into two more prisms that I conceded to on the spot. And I ended up, I think it was like 6-5 or 7-5. I don't remember how many rounds it was. But yeah, I was dodging prisms like the whole weekend up until the last like two rounds. I will play against a Vincent. Thank God, the other leg. Thank God this is something that is not an illusionist. Pretty happy with this loadout, I think. Right? I don't think I want the stalagmite. I definitely don't want sludge. Blizzard's probably not doing much. Frostfang, not terrible. Shelter's not terrible. This is probably. Do I? Maybe I'm just not playing CYB. Do I just not like them? Actually, I should be on CYB because I'm on Rampart right now. Let's do this. He's playing Jack-o'-lantern. Banish the top card of your deck. If it's red, create a rune chant token. He's also playing Bounding Demagon, which is interesting. Yeah, sorry. I just like I got beat up by Prism. I'm not trying to get beat up by another Prism or an Enigma. Like I think everyone knows how that matchup goes. It feels terrible. It doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like conducive. I think we just send the CNC Arsenal to Rootbound. Give me the Bloodied Oval. So, question for chat then. Because there was that second Prism and the Enigma, do we add those to the losses? Did he didn't pay life. It's coming in for 6. This is from hand. Banishes, right? Can put an Earth card in banish. AB. Can't lose if you didn't play. AB. Block. AB. AB. Block. Arsenal. We will set up the Oakenold. Ooh, we're at 797 right now. I need 3 more people to hit the subscribe button, and we'll get to 800 tonight. That would be awesome. Another pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern is pretty cool. Kind of spicy. Okay. 8 and 2. What do I want my turn to be? The felling isn't great right now. It's probably Oakenold. Let's take the rune chance. Oh, I don't want to pitch. He also banished a Revel. What happened? Did he just leave? Interesting. Oh, here, we can look at his deck. Niner, if you want to take a look at it, start screenshotting. I got you, man. I'll show you every card he brought into me. We take those. Look, man, here's his deck. Start writing that down. You can go back and rewind and mark every card. I got you. This one's for the homies. This deck looks sweet. Like it looks really cool. I'm surprised he's still on Mob Skies. I don't I don't feel like that is still a card that really sees play in Vincent. Um, but maybe he needs to be for the red line to work. What are his yellow cards? Whale, Succumb, Widespread, and that's it. So he has 9 yellows in the deck. 9 yellows, 3 blues, and the rest is all red. So he's running 48 red cards. Yeah, the mobs are the only thing that stand out as weird to me, but I'm not a Vincent gamer. I'm not gonna mark that as a win. I don't know what happened there. Try to get one more game in before we end the stream for the night. All right, where are we at? Did I get 3 more? 798. 2 more. I need 2 more people. I don't want to play a prism. Oh my god. This is a different prism too. Why are there so many prisms on Talishar right now? What is happening? Does anyone in chat want to play? If anyone in chat wants to play a game, let me know. If it's not an illusionist or a Kano, no Kanos. Tear also, let's see, give Call Moon again. Niner, are you Vincent? I'd be down to play Vincent. Riku, I think if I played the mirror, everyone would leave the stream. As much as I enjoy playing the mirror, I like playing Guardian Mirrors. I feel like everyone would leave. I have a Bolton setup. I could play against a Bolton. I'd be down. Are you in our Discord? And if not, would you be able to join really quick? That way I can send you an invite. The Discord is in the description of the stream. Mm, Are you Kairos? 743? No, that wouldn't have been you. Guardian Mirrors are fun, but we might end up like we did on Aggro Stream where we had a 90 plus minute match, LL Oldham Mirror. Yeah, that sounds insane. I mean, I would love that. Like, I think it's super fun. That's that's what I was doing in Chicago. Are you Targ? Yep, there it is. Cool. I'm gonna make sure that I have the copy link. There you go. Yeah, I'm down to play a Bolton. This should be an interesting match. I think that all of this is good. I definitely think that we are not on CYB into Bolton. Uh, go first. I don't want you to set up Soul. Probably run it like this. It's kind of like our anti-aggro sideboard here. All right, good luck, man. It's up to you, man. I don't care. If you want to hang out and chat, like you're more than welcome. We're not playing for any sort of crazy prizing, so like it's totally up to you. Weird day today. Every illusionist under the sun, and then a Vinset that just like left after I requested to undo. No, I'm not playing any Arctics, Riku. Um, I like the Ice Fangs a little bit better, and I don't know. I felt like I was running out of sideboard space. I wanted to be able to leave room to like side out CYBs if I needed to. I can set up a turn one CLF, but I don't get an arsenal if I do that. He's playing a solar plexus. That's cool. He's playing the armory deck armor. Turn one channel, pretty good. Should slow him down a little bit. Spinal's not bad. He does have a fridge, but cross the line as an additional cost charge. There's no on hit. I think we're gonna take four and set up the sink below in Arsenal. Sadly, we do not get to keep the channel around. Blocking with the light the way. And he has a reinforced line. Okay. So two damage coming through. No crush. He did have to pitch for that though, because we have the CLV out, or a CLF. So he's gonna have a one card turn. He's passing. We're just gonna send another spinal. Pretty happy with that. All right, where are we at? 798. We still need two more. I know there's two people watching right now that are not subscribed because there's only like five of you guys that are talking. Two people, hit the button. Get me to 800. And if you're already subscribed, make a second YouTube account and subscribe again. Blocking for three, giving the boots. If he charges, he'll get a quicken, but this is still going to crush. So needs one more thing if he wants to avoid this. Otherwise, the quicken just gets wasted. Okay, giving the take flight too. Is he going to charge? He is going to charge. If we pitch this crumble on our next turn, it'll be next to the Oakenold when we get to our second cycle. That is worth thinking about. Ideally like to set that up. But do I have a good way to? I can play the Winner's Bite. Winner's Bite does give him a Frostbite, so I think that's worth playing. How much do you think a damage can't be prevented effect for Guardian on something like Terra Sunder type card improves the illusionist matchup? Honestly, probably not very well. Um, it definitely wouldn't help Prism at all. And we're gonna attack. And Enigma's almost LL'd. Well, I guess not almost, but like she's up there, right? You would only have three in your deck, and you're required to keep like a full grip of cards to make it work, right? Like if we're talking like Terra Sunder Buckle type cards, like it's a 3 cost card, so you have to have the blue to be able to pitch to it, and then you still need to attack them. So you have to have like at minimum 2 more cards in hand if you're sending like a choke slam or something off of a tunic, like a 4 for 8 style effect. Um, it just wouldn't be amazing. Express Lightning. This does have go again. We have a D react though. A raid in here. We're gonna sink below. What I maybe should be playing is that new was it called Roiling Fissure? Is that what it's called? The card that like you can pay into to pop an aura, and then if you have a seismic, you can do it again. Um, that last part of it doesn't really matter. Like you don't really have a seismic in a lot of the modern Guardians. In Victor, you're gonna have like Vigors. Bravo is basically non-existent right now. But just being able to like pop a Miragi uh, is pretty good. I should probably have that in the list. All right, so our second cycle is set up now. We have a good grip of blues and the crumble next to the Oakenold. I think there was a Terrace under on top of it, and then a felling above that. Attacking with Raiden? I'm gonna say no blocks because we have the sink below. What is this? Distribute up to 4+1 counters among any number of weapons you control. At the beginning of your end phase, remove all +1 counters from weapons you control. Glisten. Um, sure. On a Lumina turn, this card would be crazy. You guys remember the old Prism tech where you would glisten a Spectral Shield and it would keep the counters? Your Ghasts are flabbered. Let's go Spinal. We'll put the Pulse in Arsenal. Take 3 here. Drew the Oakenol just as we put the Pulse in Arsenal. It feels pretty bad. Beaming Bravado coming in for 3. We have the D-React to cover this. It's gonna give it go again. Hmm. We could just take the 3. Ooh, Beacon of Victory. He can't Lumina right now because he doesn't have the he doesn't have the spirit. He can give the raid and go again. Just gonna Arsenal Spirit. Okay. So he's setting up for a Lumina turn. Oh, he kept it in hand. Interesting. We're gonna play the channel, give him a frostbite. Do we send the Oakenold for 7, or do we swing the Titan's Fist and keep the Oakenold in hand? I think I'm gonna try to play a little greedy and keep the Oakenold in hand. Oh, we get a card. Ugh. I feel like this happens a lot where we draw the 2 elements that we need, but we don't draw the blue. Light the Way charges Spirit of Irina. If this hits, it gets go again. If I block this with Frozen to Death, it won't get the buff, and he won't be able to give it go again off of Bolton. So now I think we just send the CNC pitching both of these. So now there's another Oakenold that's going to be with an Earth card. So we'll want to get an Ice card under here. Plenty of ice cards to tuck to the bottom. Bolt of Courage. We're gonna block with the Terrace Under because it won't turn on the Bolt in effect. The instant speed Lumina. So he'll get an action point. So our Blizzard doesn't really do anything. But it will do something on the first Lumina or the first Raiden attack. So no go again. We're gonna let this hit us. Wow, I don't have a second Earth card for this felling. I kind of just assumed I would have. Well, that's not good. Hmm. It feels really bad to just send felling for 4 with no effect. So I think we'll just do this. We'll put the winner's bite down first, because then it'll be next to the open hold. Hey Josh, how's it going? You missed it. We got beat up by a prism earlier. And then the only thing that we could pair into was prism. I don't think we're hitting 800 tonight, guys. We're still sitting at 798. Frozen to death, but nothing as a counter. So the beaming is going to have go again. This seems like a good spot to double frostbite. Does it want to pitch to give this go again? Yep, so he's going to pitch a yellow to it. Oath of Steel. Every attack with a weapon this turn +1 counter. At the beginning of end phase, remove all +1 counters from weapons you control. This is Illumina in hand? So Frozen to Death won't even destroy anything. I think we just send the Frostfang arsenal to Frozen to Death. We got horses in chat. It's my boy Victor. Victor and his rider. All right, give me two cards. So Crumble would get a counter on something. That's pretty fun. Let me get some horses in chat. He's passing back. I think we're going to if we do these, we can get a crumble. Yeah, we're gonna do the fun play. This messes up messes up our pitch stack, but we're gonna put a counter on his helm, and then we're going to break it. Hey, aggro became a member. Um, you shouldn't have done that though. I feel like I should turn off memberships. Aggro, I don't know if you saw. I know that you play games on Wednesdays and have the stream on in the background. But we made tokens. Check these out. I linked a Patreon in the description of the YouTube channel. I should really disable memberships because I feel like this is going to be the way to kind of get myself out there. And then if you do a Patreon, I'm going to send you tokens. So I'll because you subscribed on YouTube, I'll send you a copy of these. But I should really turn those off. V of the Vanguard. I appreciate the support, aggro. Oh, is this a stalagmite turn? Probably. We don't need to decompose. Raiden for 4. We can just shelter this. He has a. Oh, no, okay. I thought he played Illumina. He's banishing Illumina for go again. That's interesting. What does he have? What's the 1 for 5? Is it like does he have like a Valiant thrust or something? Oh, a bolting blade. Nice. Yeah, bolting blade is pretty good. Actually, yeah, that's really good. I think we're gonna block like this, take one. Our turn is just gonna be play out the other crumble, hit his arms. Oakenold with the fuse. So if possible, we would want to go no blocks this turn. Pitch for the take flight. Charge for the take flight. Yep. We'll say no blocks. We'll take the Raiden. And then he arsenals. Crumble is going to give our Oakenold dominate. But the fuse will also give it dominate. You say that, Josh, but if it's like a double Lumina turn, like that probably just kills me. Yeah, I need to figure out what deck I'm going to play in the Talishar tournament that Agrablaze is hosting. I think this will be the second one that I play in. The first one, I tried playing Max, and that went terribly. But that was like a long, long while back. I was thinking maybe Verdance. I've been having a lot of fun with her. He's passing back. We're gonna take a card, give him a frostbite. Then we're gonna frost fang, give him a frostbite. He has the saving grace. I took his whole hand though. God, we still have no Earth cards in Banish. Do we have Earth cards in the yard? We should. We played Crumbles. I horsed my own chat, Wyatt. I just did that. We don't horse around on this stream. Sorry, that was dumb. Victor is actually pretty good right now. This is uh this is a Victor meta. Another saving grace. All bets on James is running Victor. Yeah, I mean, unironically, I think like Victor is potentially not terrible this meta. There's a couple matchups that you need to dodge, but you could get there. You're probably really good into like Syndra. I feel like that's a lot of the meta right now, though, is like a lot of decks are like pretty good, but then there's like one thing that you're trying to avoid. So Raiden swing. We'll say no blocks. We're gonna felling again. Oh no, it's not our pitch deck. We shuffled. Dang. Josh has a point. Aggro has been simping on the Rune Blades lately. But he did I think he won a ProQuest on Victor last season, if I remember correctly. Hey, yeah, there we go. All right, this game is close to being over. Like we're definitely getting to the end game here. And we are still sitting at 798 subscribers. I need two people that aren't subscribed to hit the button. Do the thing. We're just gonna do this thing. Code of Frost is a good hit. Code of Frost makes it so that you can have any equipment piece that you want in gold foil. If anything, Code of Frost is the best hit because Code of Frost is anything. I done did it. Spirit Feet, thank you. We're at 799 now. Reinforce, going to take it to 7. Andre Philippe, thank you. Are we at 800 now? We are still at 799. One of you lied. Unless somebody unsubscribed, that would be hilarious. We play the channel, give him a frostbite. We attack with Frostfang, giving another frostbite. We're literally at 799. That's so funny. Do I have my... Interesting. I should be able to hear those notifications, but they're not going off. I think we probably felling here. This list looks sick, but I think I'm too addicted to Frostquake plus Ice Fang. Frostquake is cool too. Um, that's definitely feels like a slightly more aggressive Jarl list, which is perfectly fine. This list is definitely a little bit more on the defensive side. Man, did we really get stuck at 7.99? Bert, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Get us to 800. We are one subscriber away from 800. He has no armor. Have we seen Soul Shield? I don't think we have. We saw some saving graces. How many did we see? No, where are they? One, two. I think we've only seen the two, so this Terrace Underplay could be a huge blowout. Dang. Well, thank you for subscribing. I just really want to get to 800. Um, hmm. I could get a no, I can't even get a channel because it would just go away. Yeah, I think we just have to rip the terrace under here. Wyatt, there's a one here because he's the only Bolton in this game right now. If there was a second Bolton in the game, there would be a two. Saving grace pretty good here. Dominated Oakenold. Dominated Oakenold. So he only has a three block. Good game. We got there. I believe it was like Ninor. I have to try out this list once I get flexors. Yeah, it's fun. If I was going to be playing in any RTNs this season, I'd be very tempted to take this. The other option would be Verdance. But I really like where this list is at right now. It feels pretty solid. Um, I don't really think that there's too much that I would want to change around. Yeah, good game, man. Um, yeah, Riku, you've been here forever. Like, I don't know. It'd be interesting to go back and see some of our early streams didn't have the chat on the screen though. So it might be hard for me to figure out like when you first popped in, but you've been around like since the start. Which is why I made you a mod, because like you're always in here. All right, where did we end up? We ended at 799. We did not get to 800 by the end of the night. That is unfortunate, but that is fine. I usually gain somewhere between like 1 to 5 on a weekly basis. So maybe sometime during the week we're going to hit 800. And then it's just 200 more until we get to 1,000. So that'll be pretty cool. Has some things that you were testing, but not good versus Jarl. I don't think I would take this to any of my RTNs. There were 6 Verdances. Yeah, do not take this list if your field has 6 Verdances. Ours, like maybe there's 1 Verdance. There's like 1 Kano locally. A lot of the players were off of Enigma. This actually might have been really good in our local RTNs. All right. A better question is how sad is Chris gonna be? Why is Chris gonna be sad? Chris is racing RC cars now. After 1,000, you hit LL and have to ride off into the sunset. That's funny. Um, yeah, that's probably gonna be it for me for tonight. Just under 3 hours. I don't have any more big events to cover, unfortunately, but I will be back next Wednesday. I don't know if I want to. I might play this again. If not, I might swap back to Verdance because I've been having a lot of fun on that deck. But hey, aside from these 2 cards and the second Oaken old that I got hit, I have plenty. Yeah, no, it was a good game. Um, yeah, just as a reminder, we got the second cycle tokens. If you're interested in picking these up, the Patreon link is in the description of the stream. I did a pretty good breakdown of like what I want that Patreon to be at the start of the stream. So if you have time, go back and watch that. It was like right at the beginning. So yeah, just if you're interested, if you want to support the stream, if you think these are cool, I really just want a lot of that money to go towards the production of the big events that we cover, the RTNs and the ProQuests, because I put a lot of effort into them, and I want to keep putting more effort into them. So it'd be really cool if, like, one day I got to stream a Battle Hardened or something. I feel like I've been getting pretty good at it. So if you haven't, go back and watch the RTNs that we streamed previously. We did one this past Sunday and then the Sunday before. This past Sunday is just gameplay. The Sunday before, it's like a full-on commentary with casters. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for hanging out in chat, and I will see you next week. We have a new ending screen. Check this out.